After watching many great speeches, it was very tough to kind of narrow it down to something I could relate to. However, Jaslyn Lopez made a speech about being adopted. In her speech, she talks about being adopted by her grandparents, which I can relate to because it's a new family. I, of course, married into mine, having a step family and all that, like a whole other side of the family, but she has a new set of people that she's living with, which brings challenges, obviously arises. She talked about being young and how she got over, as she got older, that these new emotions and new curiosity came in, and she didn't know exactly how to cope with it, which I can relate to, as well as me being young and growing up and all these turns of events happening. I didn't know how to cope with it, and I was freaking out, and until the moments really changed me, I don't know how I would have turned out at all. Jaslyn talks about how she was adopted by her grandparents, her and her sisters were, so that they wouldn't get separated, and she said this was a good thing, that she preferred it this way. However, getting older brought new questions, and she didn't know how to handle these feelings and cope with them. I feel like she had a great base of her speech, but if she added just a little bit more examples, it would have tied together a lot more nice. If she was talking about why the parents were separating, or what new questions she wanted to ask to her biological parents, and all that, I feel like it flowing and a lot more examples and details would have tied the speech together all and made it kind of go up a notch. I feel like the base speech is pretty good. It's just a little choppy and a little vague. And lastly, my last critique is that she did not play her song at the end, which I feel like is a big part, but I get that being nervous or talking about personal events, you do forget things, and it's very easy to mess up, and I get that. Overall, I can relate to Jaslyn's speech, and I feel like it would have been a great speech if she just tied it together a little bit more.